So let's bring in Congressman Brian Babin in Texas. And of course, Texas has gotten the worst of it, but not all of it when it comes to how Texas has been affected. Congressman, when the numbers go up in Texas at any point, does anyone ever bring up that the illegals are coming in here, not exactly vaccinated, not even tested?
Absolutely. Great to be with you three. And I can tell you that Texas has taken the brunt of this. And it's all because of the invitation, basically, that the Biden administration has made, starting back when he was a candidate for president. He has reversed these wonderful policies that worked and that were developed by President Trump back during his trial at the border, and that was back in 2019. And incredibly, we saw Secretary of DHS Mayorkas this week testified in front of the Homeland Security Committee and said that the border under Biden is no less secure than under President Trump. And that is the biggest whopper I've heard probably in 25 years, because as he said that, that's when there were 15,000 illegal immigrants that were underneath that bridge. And the numbers, you're right, they don't add up. What's happening, the last I heard that there were less than 2,000 Haitians that were returned and repatriated, and there's still thousands and thousands of illegals that are unaccounted for, and it's a shell game. Exactly what they did early in the year when I went down to the Donna facility and saw kids in cages, kids in these cells, and then just a few days later, they took pictures of these kids that were there, and now all of a sudden these cells are empty. All they did was move them across the street.
That's military bases. What's happening. To military bases.
That's right. And Congressman, you know, the reason the administration is stonewalling, and when you were referring to Secretary Mayorkas, he wouldn't even give a ballpark number of how many people have been deported. It's because Joe Biden has got a problem. The Republicans want our southern border stronger, and the Democrats don't want anybody deported. So if they give a number, then it's like, oh, look what Joe Biden's doing. He can't win either way. And ultimately what's going on, we can't win either way.
Well, Steve, we know what the grand strategy of the Democrat Party is. They want to change America. A hope and change, and it started under Obama, and now it's really going at just racehorse speed. And they want to change America, and they want to replace the American electorate with third world immigrants that are coming in illegally, many of them COVID positive, drug-resistant tuberculosis. I'm a healthcare provider. I can tell you it's a disaster down there from a public health standpoint. And they just want to change the electorate and put these people on a path to citizenship, enfranchise them with the vote, and have a permanent majority. On every phase, we can see every aspect the Democrats are trying to change America from what we know, what we love, and what we have enjoyed for 244 years.
Right.
And it's despicable.
His approval rating is taking a big hit. If you look back in July, 55% of the folks approved Biden. In September, 44%. Disapproval in July, it was 43%. In September, it was 53%. This is going to be a big hit. And what is this going to look like, midterms or in 3 years?
Well, we're looking at probably, we'll have 2 million come across this year, by the end of this year. At the end of Biden's administration, his 4 years, he'll have 8 million. 8 million illegals will have crossed. He has no intention, the Democrats that he has surrounded himself with have absolutely no intention of securing this border. Right. And so what we have here is a constitutional crisis. And I tell you, our governor, Greg Abbott, and the great state of Texas has it within their power constitutionally. The U.S. Constitution, Article 4, Section 4 of our Constitution says the federal government will guarantee each state a Republican form of government and also protect us from invasion. And they are absolutely not obeying the law. They are putting many, many people in danger on every aspect: terrorism, criminal activity, drugs, public health, you name it, it's happening. And the governor needs to continue what he's doing, and that is stepping up with our Department of Public Safety, with Texas National Guard, and start securing that border ourselves. And I've been very proud to see them happening, and I want to see it happen a lot more, because that's the only thing that's going to save this great republic of ours.
It's got to be quicker.
Ruination.
It's got to be quicker. It's taken way too long. By the way, as Lindsey Graham tweeted out, the coyotes and cartels will appreciate the Biden administration removing Border Patrol agents on horseback because they're quite effective. That's another thing they're doing. Without even understanding the terrain and what they were doing, they just banned it and condemned it, and that's what they want to investigate. I got to ask you, too, how does all this lead to impeachment? You're one of the people signing off saying the president should be impeached. Where's this going?
Well, with us in the minority and with Pelosi in charge in the House, it's probably not going anywhere. We have to have some Democrats to successfully impeach the president or anybody that he has, any of his subordinates. But many of them need to be removed. I am on my good friend Bob Gibbs from Ohio. He's got articles of impeachment against President Biden. He's the absolute most incompetent commander-in-chief that we've ever seen. I know in my lifetime, and I'm an Army and Air Force veteran myself, and the things that he's done on the border, stopping the great policies that President Trump came up with, and we talked about that earlier, letting thousands of COVID-positive individual migrants come across illegally into our country, unilaterally stopping the federal mandate for evictions against the warning of the Supreme Court, and then the Afghanistan debacle, having left Americans there, left $85 to $90 billion worth of assets there, and not having a plan to get American citizens out or our allies.
Got it.
All right. Congressman Brian Babin from the great state of Texas. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us.
He's a veteran. His son, Navy SEAL, who wrote the book with Jocko Willink, has been on our show before. Leif.